With the boys now officially crowned champions of Scotland again, our focus is fully switched onto the Scottish Cup final. Despite this, it's always great to reflect on our domestic campaign, especially when it makes former Rangers player Kris Boyd upset. We will go over what he has said to say whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic midfielder Arne Engels admits the buzz of lifting his first league title has given him the hunger for more silverware after a successful debut season in Glasgow. The 21-year-old Belgian arrived from Augsburg last summer in a big money move and has since played a key role in Brendan Rodgers' side, helping them clinch both the League Cup and the Premiership title. Engels' impressive displays have also earned him a nomination for PFA Scotland's Young Player of the Year award. Reflecting on Saturday's 5-0 demolition of Dundee United that sealed the title, Engels said, "It's an amazing feeling. It's my first and I cannot wait to get other ones. It's like a bit of a drug that you want to achieve so much and win so much. It's an amazing feeling. I'm here to try and win everything." That's also a different mindset than I had maybe in Augsburg. It wasn't really about winning everything but not really losing. Here it's totally different. You're expected to win, and that's a nice feeling for me because I had also that mindset already. It was easy for me to come in here and get on track with the boys and do the same things that they also did already last year. Engels has enjoyed a standout season, contributing 10 goals and 12 assists across all competitions, breaking into the Belgian national team and becoming a pivotal figure in Celtic's European progress and domestic dominance. If a 21-year-old academy product produced a campaign like Engels, he'd already be valued highly by Celtic fans. That's the level of impact the young Belgian has had at Celtic Park. He's still young, and Rodgers does rate him highly and is expected to kick on next season. He's brilliant from set pieces and puts in some dangerous corners. The midfielder is always moving and looking for the ball. He has all the attributes to be a good player for Celtic. Now for the main story, as Kris Boyd didn't hide his disappointment as Celtic officially secured their 4th consecutive Scottish Premiership title, but the former Rangers striker was quick to acknowledge the scale of the achievement and the growing gulf between Glasgow's two giants. Throughout the opening months of the campaign, Celtic were unstoppable and there was even early talk of another invincible season under Rodgers, but the Hoops took their foot off the gas at the turn of the year, with the gap over Rangers already so big. Yet despite their excellent form slowing, Rangers couldn't even get in touching distance with Celtic. Speaking after Brendan Rodgers' side clinched the title in emphatic fashion, Boyd gave a nod to Celtic's consistency and superiority throughout the campaign. Boyd has this to say: "First of all, congratulations to Celtic. I think once again they've been the outstanding team in Scotland. You know, that consistency that Brendan Rodgers seems to find from his team is unmatched. When you go back a few years ago in terms of that trophy count and, it was virtually impossible to think that if I go back to my time at the football club, that Celtic were going to get anywhere near it. And people will say, since Rangers have went down the league, but Celtic have actually won more trophies since Rangers have came back to the top flight than they did when they were away," Boyd concluded. It was a sobering assessment from a man who spent years trying to prevent days like these. Sutton was right when the pair clashed last year, and Sky Sports brilliantly dug out the old footage after Rodgers' side won 55 at Tannadice and moved 2 trophies clear of Rangers in the overall haul. They have a chance to add to that collection with Celtic's 3rd most successful manager when they meet Aberdeen in the Scottish Cup final in search of yet another treble. In other news, Celtic captain Callum McGregor has urged the club to secure Brendan Rodgers' long-term future, insisting the manager is elite and a driving force behind the team's relentless success. Rodgers, who returned to the club last summer for a second spell, is entering the final year of his current 3-year deal. While he has made it clear he is committed to seeing out that contract, stating he is 200% staying next season, speculation continues to swirl over what comes next, particularly after his abrupt departure in 2019. However, McGregor believes Celtic have a rare talent in the dugout and insists Rodgers has elevated the club since his return. Callum had this to say: "If we can keep him for as long as we can, then we have an elite-level manager. He was hugely successful in his first spell. He's come back, done the same again. The hunger's there. He's an elite manager at the highest level, and Celtic are lucky to have him as well. Since he's come in, he's elevated the club to a new level. You just look at the domestic success that's happened since then, and it's been relentless. If we're successful in the cup final, that'll be 6 trebles in 9 years. That's unheard of. We then get into the conversation that if you don't win a treble, it's been a disaster. That tells you how far he's pushed the club. The manager doesn't ever want to drop below that. You see it a couple of weeks ago against St Johnstone. We actually played relatively okay in the game, but the result hurts him. Straight away, he's onto the players. We have to rectify that. That shows you his mentality. I see how he operates. I see the way he is around the training ground, and when he speaks, I'm starting to understand why he's doing things. He cares so much about the players. He cares so much about his profession as well. So when I see someone like that, I think that's gold dust. McGregor and Rodgers have a close relationship. When the manager was first linked to the job, it was the Celtic captain who flew to Mallorca and met with the Irishman and talked about the club and where they were at as a squad. And it was that persuaded the gaffer to take the gamble and become Celtic manager for the second time. In other news, 3 Celtic stars have been shortlisted for the PFA Scotland Premiership Player of the Year award, with Dundee's red-hot striker Simon Murray joining them on the final list. Callum McGregor, Dyson Maeda and Nicholas Kuhn will all be hoping to take home the award when it is handed out on Sunday evening at the PFA Awards ceremony. The prestigious prize is voted for by their fellow professionals. Captain McGregor, who previously scooped the honour in 2022, has once again been the heartbeat of Brendan Rodgers' side. The midfielder has made 31 league appearances so far this season, scoring 8 goals and steering Celtic towards a 4th consecutive league title. Maeda has enjoyed one of his most prolific seasons since joining Celtic. Often deployed in a central role after the January exit of Kyogo Furuhashi, the Japanese star has bagged 16 league goals and 9 assists, with his tally across all competitions now sitting at 33 for the campaign. Meanwhile, Kuhn has impressed in his first full season at Parkhead. The German winger, signed from Rapid Vienna, has racked up 12 goals and 8 assists in 29 Premiership appearances, including a brace last weekend as Celtic thumped Dundee United to clinch the title. Dundee's Simon Murray, who has been in blistering scoring form, rounds off the shortlist. The winner will be revealed at Sunday night's award ceremony, with all 4 nominees hoping to cap off a memorable season with personal silverware. Lastly, Celtic skipper Callum McGregor paid tribute to James Forrest after the winger won his 26th trophy against Dundee United at Tannadice on Saturday with a 5-0 win, making Forrest the Hoops' most decorated player ever, surpassing the legendary Lisbon Lion Bobby Lennox, who won 25 in his Celtic career. McGregor couldn't have been happier for Forrest at the final whistle. The Celtic captain broke into the Hoops' first team in 2014, 5 years after Forrest made his Celtic debut, which in itself is incredible, given Forrest's longevity, from inexperienced youngster to the most experienced Celtic player, even alongside Callum McGregor. In a classy tribute after the game, McGregor saluted Forrest and his family in an emotional interview that showed the close friendship between the two and the huge respect he has for Forrest. He said, "For somebody so humble and to have come through the academy, for the young lads who are in the academy now, it should be a huge shot in the arm for them to watch that. There have been so many special players who have played for this club over the years, and now James sits there on the top. And it couldn't happen to a better person, the way he dedicates his life to football and Celtic. It's an amazing achievement for him and his family. They'll be so proud of them. And like I said, it's a big shot in the arm for the players in the academy. It shows you that there's a platform there and you've just got to keep working. But this is for James," he concluded. Arguably, no one knows Forrest better in the current team than McGregor, and he will have learnt from Forrest how to be a consistent starter for the Hoops week in, week out. However, it's interesting to hear just how humble Forrest is, according to McGregor, something that everyone who has worked alongside him has consistently emphasised. Even with everything that Forrest has won in his Celtic career, he is still the same humble teenager who made his Celtic debut in 2009, but with all the experience and wisdom to continue to make an impact at 33. Congratulations to Forrest for achieving the honour of becoming Celtic's most decorated player and now aiming to score his first league goal of the season for the 12th consecutive season against Rangers at Ibrox on Sunday, with the chance to add another trophy in the Scottish Cup final against Aberdeen next month. Having heard from McGregor about the impact Forrest has had, it's clear that he will have further records in his sights over the next month to add to his already incredible Celtic legacy. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.